Mom, would you like to buy something for Christmas decorations? I will be going out shopping tomorrow, so let me know if there's anything. Don't worry about it, sweetie. I have enough things at home. Aren't they quite old? Don't tell me you'll be using just them. I did get a few new things, but other than that, I guess we are good to go. Moreover, it's the people that count. As long as I have you there, Christmas will be more than enough for me. You are good at sweet talk. Okay, fine, but I'll get a few things just in case. Fine, have it your way. So, who else is coming, huh? It's been quite some time since we threw a Christmas party, right? 8 years to be exact. But yes, I did call your grandparents and cousins, and a few of my friends will be dropping by too. Holy shit, our house is gonna be packed. I'm quite excited, I'm not gonna lie. So am I, sweetie. It'll be nice to have so many people around. I've gotten used to living alone, but maybe having such gatherings once in a while isn't bad at all. You are too harsh on yourself, Mom, but I'm glad you're coming out of your shell. By the way, are you going with someone? Please say yes. Sorry to disappoint you, but no. I don't think I'm made for dating. What do you mean you're not made for dating? You are still young and gorgeous, so why not explore? I already went through my experimental phase, and I'm not going to do it again. What about your bachelor friend, Jason? Did you guys go out? Allison, can you stop setting me up with him? We are better off as friends than lovers anyway, and we have already talked about this. But he's such a sweet man, and he's single. Okay, is he coming to the party? Yes, ma'am, he is coming, but I don't want you to play Cupid that day, okay? We'll see about that, LOL. Allison, let's not. Mom, how long are you going to stay like this? Honestly, it hurts me so much to see you like this. Baby, I'm fine. Seriously. Have you still not moved on from Dad? Allison, baby, I've told you this already. It's not about moving on. I just don't think that there is any point for me to date. I do meet new people, and some of them are really interesting. But then again, I can rekindle that spark in me. Maybe I'm too old for this now. You miss him a lot, you know. A lot. I know. But I also know he'd hate to see his favorite girls living miserably, right? I can already picture him saying, Jen, go have some fun for once. Or was I really that special? You can't get me out of your mind ever. How would you reply to him then? Let me think. Looks like I feel a little too hard for your dumbass. LOL. As expected. Poor Dad. Can't you just say something sweet to him instead of being all sassy? Well, that was our love language. He'd be the mushy, soft guy, and I was the sarcastic ice queen. That's how it worked between us. True, he was very clingy. There was this one time in college when we got into a fight. I was still figuring things out for myself, and it was quite a stressful time. But that man, he just had to do the most embarrassing shit in front of the entire campus. What? He convinced the college band to perform with him, and with his most toned deaf voice, he sang I Can't Help Falling in Love with You for me. That was my favorite song, and that man in the most obnoxious way possible sang it in front of hundreds of people. That was so like him, wasn't it? That was. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed that day. And then what happened? Did that piss you off more, or did you guys make up? We made up, of course. And I'm pretty sure that was the first time I realized, okay, I'm madly in love with this man. Reminds me of 10 Things I Hate About You, LOL. You guys had such a rom-com going on. We did. It was the best 17 years of my life. Are you okay, Mom? You're not crying, are you? I'm fine, sweetie. Just sometimes I can't help but think about all the things we could have had together. If only life hadn't taken him away from me so soon. Maybe I'd have been able to tell him things that I was reluctant to say. Only that day I hadn't sent him out to get a stupid star for the Christmas tree. Maybe things would have been better for all of us. Mom, it's not your fault. Please stop blaming yourself. I'm sorry, sweetie. Never mind that. Let's talk about something else. Don't cry, please. Dad hated seeing you cry. And so do I. I'm not, sweetie. What about you, though? Are you seeing someone? There is a guy I started seeing 2 months ago. We were friends before, and yeah, I'll tell you the details in person. Oh my, can't wait to meet him. But tell me something. He's not some jock scumbag, is he? LMAO. No, Mom, he's quite studious, and we're quite compatible too. I like him. I love him, in fact. So he has stolen your heart, huh? Then how about you invite him this week? I'd like to meet him too. What? Are you sure? Of course, I'd like to see who this lucky guy is. OMG, sure, Mom. I'll ask him if he's free that night. Great, okay then. Take care, my baby. You too, Mom. Love you. We'll see you soon. Yes, I'm excited. Love you too. As I set down my phone, my mind rushed back to 8 years ago and how devastated we were when the doctor declared my father dead. It was a gruesome sight, something which even today I fail to delete from my memory. Honestly, though, I don't want to. It's like there is a fear in me that if I let go of that memory, I'll forget him forever. Seeing his head bashed as blood trickled down from every part of his being, that was the first and only time I saw my father look so lifeless. But perhaps that also signed that he lived once. Like the happiest man in the world who was content with the life he was given. He was an amazing man, a loving father, and a loyal husband. My mom was like a cat while my father was a golden retriever. They were perfect, but the day he left us, I saw my mom break down for the first time. She did well, though, even after all these years. But for the past 8 years, she'd refused to celebrate Christmas. I was with her all this time, but after all the time her friends and family tried to uplift her spirits, she finally decided to enjoy this day with everyone this year. I know my dad would hate to see her like this, and she knows this very well too. I was surprised when she told me she was throwing a party, but I happily supported her decision. Maybe it's her way to show him she's doing well, that his daughter has grown up and is now in university while she's still the cold yet hardworking lady who is admired by all her colleagues. So babe, are you done packing? Yup, all done. I can't believe you said yes. You'll be meeting my mother tomorrow. Are you really that excited? Of course. I always thought of introducing you to her ever since we started dating. Whoa, I'm flattered. But hey, if you have any problem, let me know, okay? I don't want to force you or anything. No way, I would love to meet her. In fact, I never thought someday someone would introduce me to their parents. Well, Rick, you're an amazing guy, and I know for certain that my mom will love you too. Ha 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 ha, you're so sweet to me. I just like stating facts, that's all. Thanks, Allison. It means a lot to me. For someone who was shamed for being a scrawny and weak kid, finding someone like you has made my life more colorful. Shush now, don't go down that self-loathing spiral again. I'm not, but honestly, sometimes I do think about how I was supposed to die 8 years ago. It's a scary thought, but then I feel extremely grateful to the man who gave me a second chance in life. If only I could meet that man, I'd give him a tight hug and say thank you to him. It's because of him that I get to meet you in my life. Do you love me that much? Huh? Seriously, what do you see in me? I don't know, I just felt this connection when we sat together in class. The more I talked to you, the more I felt that fate brought us together. Even though I don't generally believe in those things, LOL. I'm a lucky man, thanks Allison. You know, there is something I have. What? A videotape. Videotape? So I told you about how I had heart failure when I was 13, right? Mm-hmm. So the donor, under the hospital's jurisdiction, had left this videotape for whoever had gotten his heart. And because I was the lucky one, I received it a week later. The operation was urgent, and once it was done, I was back in my hometown. My parents said that the donor's family was too shattered to meet with anyone. And well, soon after, I heard they shifted somewhere else and changed their number too. I felt guilty for never thanking them. And I don't know why, but I never saw the videotape. But now, I feel like it. Allison? Allison, are you there? Can I ask when you got your surgery done? December 2014. Why? What's wrong? Do you remember the exact date? And which hospital exactly? Was it Boston? It was on December 10th. And yeah, it was the Massachusetts General Hospital. Wait, that's the day your father... Can you give me a minute? Sure. I tried calling Mom, but her phone seemed to be on silent. My hands were shivering, and I felt tears prickle my eyes. But I don't know how to react. Without wasting another second, I decided to text her. Mom, you there? Yes, honey. Sorry, I was busy with work. What's wrong? Do you remember the guy's name who got Dad's heart? Huh? Where is this coming from? Just tell me the name, please. Rick Howell. Why? Did you receive any message from him? I always felt terrible for never meeting their family. I was not in the position to, honestly. With us shifting to Chicago and everything, I had my mind filled with all sorts of thoughts. Allison? Allison, what's wrong? Rick Howell. He's my boyfriend. It's funny how the saying goes, every person we meet in life, we meet them for a reason. I generally don't believe in such a thing, but today I made an exception. Meeting Rick a year ago in psychology class was just a whim. The loner who sat around the corner with no one beside him? It was not sympathy that I felt, it was curiosity. Just a simple wish to learn about this stranger who didn't seem to have much interest in the people around him. He made an exception with me that day, and since then we built a bond that appeared unbreakable. It was a given that I'd fall for him. For someone who started to see his world in me, I remember a conversation I had with my dad when I was 10. We were playing house, and he told me that he'd hate to give me to some rando who wouldn't treat me as a princess. I'm sure many dads must have said a similar thing to their daughters, but my reply that day to him was that I'd never leave him for another man. Believe me, he was my first love. In fact, he was the love of my life. And the day I realized I'd never see him again, a part of me died with him. But I never knew he would make his way back to me, to his girls. That one day I'd hear his heartbeat in the rando who now treated me as the queen of his life. It would be a little corny for me to say he's alive in Rick, but I guess somewhere in between that time, he made sure he would come back to us. When Rick entered our home, I saw Mom tear up like she finally saw a glimpse of the love of her life. Rick hugged her and said thank you, and ended up crying as well, while my mother consoled him. It was a beautiful sight, something which certainly had become a core memory to me. We talked in the next hours, enjoyed dinner with our friends and family, and I believe in these last 8 years, that was for the first time I saw my mother genuinely smile. Once everything was done, all of us sat near the TV. It was the moment of truth, and all of us were prepared to cry. When the screen flashed, we braced ourselves. And then we saw him, sitting in his chair in his favorite burgundy shirt as he pulls back his chestnut hair with a sigh before starting. To whoever I gave my heart to, congratulations. You got another chance in life. Live well this time. I hope it doesn't betray your expectations. Make mistakes and then find your way again. It'd be hard, but I hope it turns out well in the end. I know I'll be dead by the time you see this, but I'm leaving behind the 2 most important people in my life. They are my everything, my sunshine and my starlight. Their names are Jenny and Allison, my beautiful wife and my super cute daughter. I don't know what the future will bring, but if you get some time, meet them. Let them know that I'm alive, somewhere, in someone, and that I will keep living as long as they remember me. Allison, my princess, Daddy misses you a lot, really. I hope you grow up into an amazing woman and the rando you found for yourself is treating you nicely. Jen, my love, my soulmate, you're the strongest person I know, but please don't be too harsh on yourself. I had a wonderful time with you, and if fate agrees, I'll be reborn to live my life again with you. I know I'm still here, and I know I look stupid crying like this, but the day I leave you 2 behind, I hate it the most. But till we meet again, live well, live beautifully. I promise I'll always look after you guys.